through the eyes of a traveler. Hello world, let's begin with introducing my steed, the Honda NC750x. I'm just outside Aberystwyth in these undulating hills, and that's Aberystwyth in the distance, just by the sea.
So folks, this is National Cycle Route 81. It either goes from Aberystwyth to Elan Valley or Elan Valley to Aberystwyth. We're doing both sides of it. I remember doing this on a 4x4 and I thought, what a picturesque route. So it was part of yesterday's route, but it rained from start to end. Literally wherever I went I had water dripping off me, like there were several taps open on my body. That's not supposed to be a naughty joke, that's genuinely how it felt. I was dripping from my arms, my legs, my feet. My boots were little swimming pools for my toes. And so I thought, I won't do this because this is such a beautiful route. I don't really want to do it in the rain where I can't really capture much of it. So, up in the morning, Aberystwyth, next destination Cardigan Bay. But I thought I'd do this okay, we have some failure on the bike. I think it could be something to do with the chain. So I'm just going to park up here and have a look at that. So until I'm free to ride again, I'm going to take my leave, folks. See you soon. Right, folks. Love the Welsh flag, the red dragon. Right, so let me just give you an idea of what's been happening. Basically the chain came off the bike, and I was lucky enough to find a good Samaritan called Paul, who was a biker also, but I didn't know that when I knocked on his door to ask for assistance. He did confess to not knowing anything about motorbikes, but he had tools. And so looking at the YouTube video which I had looked at before knocking on his door, I was able to do what I needed to do to get the chain back on and then adjust it accordingly. It took a little while longer than I wanted it to, but that was great because I got to talk to Paul for a little while. Just trying to get the chain just right. You know, if it's something that you do regularly, then I guess it's not a big issue. But if it's like a situation where you've just got into trouble and the chain's come off and you're a little bit nervous and anxious because you're not sure if you're doing it the right way, it can take a little while longer. Anyway, it's got enough slack that it doesn't break, and it hasn't got that much slack that it will come off the sprocket. So we're all good. The open road with just a motorcycle approaching.
There is an immense pleasure you get when you ride on country lanes all on your own, when it's you, nature and your steed. Zoom, 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 speed demon approaches.
There's a glamour that comes about when you ride and the sun is out on full parade. We were riding through this pass when the clouds were overhead and the sun just was being battered and bruised by the clouds. Now the sun is winning. How long for, I'm not sure, but everything just looks so much more glorious, glamorous, scenic.
There is a great therapeutic benefit of riding, and riding through countryside in particular, that is hard to fathom and fully appreciate.
Okay folks, so I'm going over a bridge which is a lot easier than that rickety bridge on the side.
Speaking of this rickety bridge, I thought I'd record this, but in a different fashion. a little artistic flair. I hope you enjoy.
Elan Valley Lodge, which is a nice little picturesque cul-de-sac, for want of a better word. It's just a little place where you can rent a lodge, a room in a lodge rather. Well, you could rent the whole lodge if you've got the money, but look, you can see, look at it, it's beautiful, it's picturesque. There's a couple of stone houses, and then these are the lodges that I believe you can rent. Elan Valley Lodge, so it's in that direction. Oh, actually these might be houses and there's a lodge further up, but I'll go to the bottom of this road and then I'll do a U-turn so you can see all these beautiful stone cottages in their splendor. Right, so look at this, it's just absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to go up this road and see if I can show you more. So look at this cottage. These are dream cottages. I live in a cottage myself, but they are nowhere near as picturesque as these cottages. These are extremely beautiful, with Welsh slate on the roof, stone built. I imagine they're not great in the winter. Often these cottages didn't have, well, they were stone built, they didn't have cavity walls, so damp is a big issue. But you know, and that's the lodge up there. But the point is, they are beautiful and they're in keeping with this glorious landscape, and I just thought I'd show you that. Now I'm heading back onto the mountain road that I took from Aberystwyth. The only problem is it's 36 miles to the next petrol station, and I am on 2 bars, and motorcycles don't normally have that much range. So will I have enough to get to the petrol station? That's the challenge.
Riding through Elan village gives a ground view from a motorcycle, but there is nothing, not one other alternative that can beat an aerial bird's eye view. So I thought, let's get one of those in as well. I hope you enjoy.
Now you can see the splendor of the dam.
And once again, an aerial view. It really does look a lot more spectacular when seeing it from a bird's eye perspective, don't you think?
So, open road again. Traffic ahead has been overtaken, and it's always nice to record everything where you're in pole position. And it's always good to look ahead to see that if there's any cars coming. Here we can see there's none, so all I need to do is manage the bends on the road rather than manage the bends and the oncoming traffic.
Thank you for watching, folks. Stay blessed, stay safe, and for those on 2 wheels, ride safely.